What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I kind of wanted to discuss what happened on the Elimination Chamber tonight. Now, before I fully get into this review, I just want to say, when I say predictable tonight, which majority of the card was, this card was very predictable. A lot of the stuff that people said, whether it was YouTube, TikTok, just social media in general, most of it played out tonight. Got a lot of notes from tonight's show, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick apart each match and what I thought about it, and overall just give you my opinion on tonight's show. You're going to hear the word predictable a lot, because when I posted earlier, you could look at my predictions. I pretty much predicted the whole show right. So we start off with the Elimination Chamber match for the women. The WWE usually likes to do this. They like to start off with the women, whether it's Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber. They've kind of done this for the last couple of years. I got no problem with that. What I do, however, have a problem with is these long entrances. We had it both for the women's and the men's. I feel like the crowd's hot. They just let off a whole bunch of fireworks. And now we have to go through 15 minutes of entrances. But, nonetheless, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. Was it better than last year's? No. Last year was probably the best women's Elimination Chamber match they've put on ever. But it was still a good match. I enjoyed it. My pick, however, Alexa Bliss, got eliminated first. I was very surprised that they decided to pin her first. Kiana James looked great. It seems like WWE wants to give her a push. She started off the match, and she looked great. Double elimination by Raquel Rodriguez, trying to keep her as this Rhea Ripley antidote, as per se. They're trying to still keep her that strong character. Rhea Ripley wins. The most safest, predictable pick. With what they were given with tonight, the women, they got there, they got their job done, and they got out. I thought they all wrestled pretty good. I thought WWE did a good job at keeping them all looking good. The Elimination Chamber, along with like the Royal Rumble, is designed to showcase developed characters like a Rhea Ripley, like a Tiffany Stratton, but they also like to throw in younger talent like Kiana James, like they did with Javon Evans and Trick Williams tonight, to try and showcase, like, yeah, this could be the next girl, this could be the next guy that is headlining the company. But we go ahead, we move on to Becky versus AJ. I was going into this thinking that WWE, they didn't want to give us a full WrestleMania teaser. I fully believed that AJ was going to get the belt tonight, which she did, and these two will go to WrestleMania. But I think WWE is going to save a lot of those good moments for a WrestleMania match. And I absolutely have no problem seeing these two in another match at all. If they had Becky win, it kind of would have made AJ buried, and then it would have been a lot harder to be believable that AJ deserves another title shot. And what I'm going to talk about in a little bit, AJ and Punk had a great moment, but AJ Lee wins her first WWE title in over 11 years. We quickly move on to Finn Balor versus CM Punk. At this point, it's around 8:30, and I was like, man, this pay-per-view is moving very fast. The Elimination Chamber felt fast. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee felt fast. This match, I love a slower pace championship match. Finn Balor and CM Punk put on a great match. These two veteran guys, I fully expected it to be like this, but they were really leaning into like the whole I'm injured. Punk is a fighting champion, so of course he's not going to be 100%. Finn Balor with his ribs, like, it was a very good slow-paced championship match. I really enjoyed it. You know, they had the whole referencing to the Chicago Bulls when Punk was coming out. It was very cool. The Chicago crowd finally felt really electric. They had a couple spots during this championship match where I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Punk did an elbow drop, and Finn was like literally almost 3/4 of the way across the other diagonal way, and Punk landed it, and I almost jumped out of my seat. That man is nearing 50 years old. Even Finn Balor's getting old. I was like, holy shit. By the end of the match, CM Punk had a bloody nose, and I mean, the Chicago crowd loved it, obviously. And of course, CM Punk wins. I could have bet my life savings that CM Punk was going to win this. They already announced on Twitter. They got it pinned on Twitter. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. It is literally their gold mine match. Finn Balor was not going to win this. I know there was people thinking like, oh my god, Finn's going to win. Finn Balor's going to win. I love Finn Balor. I do. I love him. But Finn Balor was not winning this match. No way. The WrestleMania season is literally anchored by Punk and Roman Reigns. Finn Balor was never going to win. He wasn't going to win 2 months ago on Monday Night Raw. He was not going to win tonight. Hopefully, Finn Balor is able to get himself out of Judgment Day. Maybe this is where Judgment Day kicks out Finn Balor, and then we get Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania for the IC title. I can very well see that happening. So we get to the most controversial part of this pay-per-view. Might have invoked the most pop on social media that I've seen out of the whole pay-per-view. Not Rhea winning, not Randy winning. Who was in this box? WWE teased this box for like a month now. Who was going to be in it? And it ends up being Danhausen. And Danhausen's name was all over Twitter. It was all over Instagram because AEW took him off of the roster page a couple weeks ago. He's near that area. He's from that area. He trains near that area. So it was speculated that it could more than likely be him. And in fact, it was him. Now, I don't want to sound like a smart mark. I don't want to sound like a prick. But WWE should not be debuting new talent at Elimination Chamber. It was not great. He barely got any pops, and the pop that he did get were mainly boos. I don't know if the boos were directly related to him or at Triple H in Gorilla. I'm not sure, but it was not very good at all. I made a little YouTube short about it, and people are saying this is terrible. It was trash. He literally came out of the box, did a little dance, went into the ring, and was out in 2 minutes. If anything, it was a bigger waste of time, and after coming off a CM Punk win, the crowd was hot. Why not just go into the Elimination Chamber when the crowd's already excited? It almost kind of took the energy out of the crowd because they really didn't care. In fact, during his entrance, I literally seen people getting up and probably going to the bathroom. I got no problem with Danhausen being in WWE. I don't. He's another AEW talent that wants to jump over. He wants to jump boats. I have no problem with him being in WWE. He can be a very interesting character, but portraying him at Elimination Chamber and not having him even cut a promo, it was not a good idea. I think he was portrayed wrong. I think he was set up wrong. I'm still, excited to see what he has in store for his WWE run. But we get to the men's Elimination Chamber match. I just want to point out really quick that Trick Williams and Javon Evans got very good pops. It's really good to see the younger upcoming talent getting great pops. Well deserved. Trick Williams came out first. He's going to be an absolute star. He already is one. And I really hope that WWE has something planned for him at WrestleMania. I'm hoping that he tries to chase Carmelo Hayes in that aspect. They've already had a rivalry before in NXT. Why not let Trick Williams chase Carmelo Hayes for a title? But as we get further and further into the match, they had Logan Paul eliminate 3 guys: Trick, Javon, and LA Knight. So it ends up being Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. Logan Paul's going on a spree. He's flexing. He's showing off to the crowd. We get a masked man. He starts climbing the cage. It really started to make me laugh the way he was climbing up that cage. I'm like, all right, this has got to be the fake one. The referees go over. They're yelling, screaming. They grab him. Adam Pearce comes flying out of Gorilla. They got like 20 refs for one guy. They take his mask off. It's a weird guy. It's not even the right guy. But the camera pans over to the entrance of the Elimination Chamber, and there's another guy sneaking in there, and Logan Paul's on the other side of the mat, and the guy comes in, and I immediately knew it was going to be Seth Rollins. You can kind of see like his beard peeking through, and I'm like, alright, it's Seth Rollins. So, ends up hitting him with a curb stomp, and I'm like, dude, he starts walking out, and I was like, dude, if they don't reveal who this is, and finally takes the mask off, it's Seth Rollins. They pan the camera over to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is screaming, no! Like, honestly, that whole segment made me laugh. And the entire time while that is going on, Cody Rhodes is looking at Seth Rollins like, oh my god. He slides over. He pins Logan Paul. The final 2 is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, they start going one-on-one, and I could tell that Randy was going to win because they've been really pushing his Viper character, and he wasn't going to hold back. And then you see Drew McIntyre start hauling ass while Cody's on the ropes like this. Cody turns around, Drew hits him, Randy hits him with an RKO. It's over. Randy told Cody, I'm not going to hold back. So, per se, was it a bad pay-per-view tonight? No, it wasn't bad. Was it over the top? Was I jumping out of my seat? No, it was very predictable. A lot of the stuff that people said ended up becoming true. And I think that aspect of WWE is really flatlining the entire product. I think some unpredictability would do it well, would do this product well. I've said this since almost 2 years ago. Like, it's so predictable. It's so safe. Like, the whole Rhea thing, I got no problem with Rhea Ripley. But it's so safe because now WWE just booked themselves into what is going to happen with Io Sky. You cannot go into WrestleMania and not have Io Sky, the best women's wrestler on the planet, not be at your biggest show of the year. I really thought it was going to be Rhea versus Io, and we get Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill, but obviously that's not happening. I don't know, man. And I hope they set up Finn versus Dom, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, obviously, and then Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. But we all know Cody's going to cry. Fans are going to be like, we don't want Cody in this, but Cody's going to be like, you attacked me so many times. We don't know who attacked Jacob Fatu. I think somebody did attack Jacob Fatu. I don't know. I'm so confused with all these mysterious attackers. But at the end of the day, we are set up for WrestleMania. It's 2 months away. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts, know your guys' opinions, what you thought of the show, what you thought sucked, what you liked. This is a very open channel. I want to hear what you guys have to say. My YouTube short's doing really good. I got like over 30 comments on it talking about Danhausen. Like I said, he was the biggest pop of the night. But put your thoughts down in the comments. Interact with the video. Like the video. Share the video. If you guys got this far into the video, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.